The modern world is structured like a giant marketplace of desires. Since childhood, we've been sold the exact same manual. Get this degree, land this job, buy this car, achieve this status, and then at the very top, you will finally be happy. We submissively join the race. We run faster, work longer, and sacrifice both sleep and connection with loved ones, believing that happiness is a final destination, a finish line that simply needs to be crossed. But why is it that when we finally buy the thing we've wanted for years or secure that long-awaited promotion, the joy lasts for only a few days before being replaced by an even greater, aching emptiness?
Run a mental experiment. Imagine that you just won $100 million in the lottery, or instantly gained a perfect body and global fame. Psychologists at Northwestern University conducted a massive study on lottery winners and discovered a frightening pattern. Just 1 year later, their happiness levels returned to the exact same baseline they had before winning. In science, this phenomenon is called the hedonic treadmill. Our brains are physically incapable of maintaining euphoria derived from external achievements. We run as fast as we can, yet we stay in the exact same spot. We've been lied to. Happiness is not the result of reaching goals. It is a byproduct of correctly setting up your internal architecture. Today, we are going to break down the 3 fundamental elements of this setup that you are most likely ignoring right now: your biological health, your family bonds, and your creative co-creation with this world. We will find the exit point from this endless race.
To understand the scale of our blindness, let's look at a simple comparison. If you open Google Maps and check the terrain of Mars, you can see every mountain, every crack, and every dried-up riverbed. Satellites have scanned the red planet inside out. But if you toggle the ocean floor terrain mode on Earth, understand this: what you are seeing is an illusion. Those are not actual photos, nor are they laser scans. It is a mathematical model constructed based on gravitational anomalies. Simply put, we only know where mountains are on the ocean floor because their mass slightly pulls the water toward them on the surface. The actual margin of error on these maps is measured in kilometers. We literally do not know what lies beneath that multi-kilometer mass of water: a flat abyssal plain or an active supervolcano primed to explode. We are blind on our own home planet.
It is impossible to build a durable, beautiful house on a collapsing, rotten foundation. In the context of human life, that foundation is our biological body. We are used to separating the mental from the physical. We seek happiness in profound thoughts, books, or spiritual practices, completely forgetting that our consciousness is a biological product. Happiness has a very specific chemical formula. Serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin are hormones synthesized by your internal organs, not by your abstract contemplations on the meaning of life. Did you know that roughly 90% of all serotonin, the hormone responsible for emotional stability and joy, is produced not in your brain, but in your gut? Our microbiome directly controls our mood via the vagus nerve. When we destroy our bodies through chronic sleep deprivation, fast food, a lack of movement, and constant stress, we are committing biological sabotage against our own happiness.
Health is not simply the absence of disease. It is an excess of vital energy. When you get your required 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your brain has time to clear out toxins through the glymphatic system. When you give your body physical exercise, it burns off excess cortisol, the stress hormone, and produces endorphins. Happiness begins with simple, almost boring things: quality sleep, clean water, walks in the fresh air, and respect for your biological rhythms. If you are feeling unhappy, before looking for existential crises, simply ask yourself, when was the last time I slept well, drank enough water, and saw the sun? Often, the answer lies right on the surface.
The second pillar of happiness brings us back to our evolutionary nature. Humans are social creatures.
We survived as a species only because we learned to band together into tribes and care for one another. Yet, in the 21st century, we are facing an epidemic of loneliness. We can have thousands of followers on social media and still not have a single person we can call at 3 in the morning if disaster strikes. The most extensive study in human history, the Harvard Study of Adult Development, tracked the lives of hundreds of men for over 85 years, from youth to old age. Researchers monitored their health, careers, and blood work. The conclusion of this titanic effort was completely unambiguous. Neither wealth, fame, nor career achievements kept people happy and healthy in old age. What kept them happy was just one thing: the quality of their relationships with loved ones. Look at this metric. Loneliness kills just as effectively as smoking 15 cigarettes a day or suffering from chronic obesity. People who maintained strong, warm, and trusting family relationships didn't just feel happier. Their brains stayed sharp for longer. They suffered less from dementia, and their physical pain in old age was much easier to bear. But here lies the ultimate trap. Quality relationships do not happen by accident. It isn't random luck. A family is not just a group of people you share a living space with. It is an active, conscious, daily effort. It requires the ability to listen without judgment, forgive minor grievances, and put the phone away when a loved one is speaking to you. If you are currently spending 80% of your energy on your career, leaving your family with nothing but the exhausted remnants of yourself at the end of the day, you are making the worst financial deal of your life. You are trading the authentic currency of happiness for paper tokens that won't be able to warm you when the cold sets in. Family and close relationships are our mental shelter. The world around us can be cruel, volatile, and demanding. Markets can crash, trends can shift, and projects can fail. But if you have a home where you are awaited and loved exactly as you are, exhausted, defeated, and flawed, your psyche receives a clear signal. You are safe. And it is precisely from this sense of safety that the capacity to enjoy life is born. The third element of the happiness equation answers the question, why am I here? It is not enough for a human being to simply be healthy and well-fed. Our minds are wired to demand meaning, and the greatest source of that meaning is creativity through co-creation. Forget the word creativity in its narrowest sense. Creativity is not limited to painting pictures or composing music. Creativity is any act where you take chaos, your thoughts, and your energy, and transform them into something tangible that brings utility or joy to this world. You can be creative in how you raise a child, how you build an honest business, how you design an efficient logistics system, or how you plant a garden outside your house. In psychology, there is a concept known as the flow state, described by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. It is the moment when you are completely immersed in an activity, when your ego dissolves and time stands still. You aren't thinking about how you look to others or how much you will get paid for it. You are simply creating. Research shows that people who regularly experience a state of flow in their daily activities have the highest levels of life satisfaction. Why does co-creation make us happy? Because it connects us to the outside world. All of our anxiety, depression, and existential dread are born when our attention is directed entirely inward, focused on our problems, our grudges, and our fears. Co-creation turns this vector 180 degrees. You direct your energy outward, into the world. You create value for others. You witness how the fruits of your labor make someone else's life easier, more beautiful, or more meaningful. It is an act of giving. And our brains are wired so that giving and creating are biologically more rewarding than simply consuming. Consumption provides a brief dopamine spike. Co-creation provides a deep, stable sense of fulfillment. Let's bring this equation together. Happiness is not a stroke of good luck. It's not a lottery win. And it's not a final destination where you can finally sit back and relax. It is a daily practice of balance.
It is your body, which you provide with care, sleep, and movement. It is your loved ones, to whom you give your attention, love, and presence. And it is your work, through which you create, transform chaos into order, and share your uniqueness with this world.
Right now, when this video ends, close your browser tab. Put down your phone, look at your body, and ask what it needs right this second. Call your parents, or hug the people in the next room. And tomorrow, create something simple and beautiful, even if it's just a clean desk or a genuinely kind word to a stranger. Start co-creating your life. Let us know in the comments, which of these 3 pillars of happiness is struggling the most for you right now, and what will you do to fix it? Let's support one another in this pursuit. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like if this essay helped you slow down a little and focus on what matters. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and see you in the next video.